Hello, friends and gamers. I'm like an hour late to this. I'm realizing now I'm like an hour late to watching this because I was editing something else. But we're watching Sethos' character demo. I also am late to doing the second part of Sino's story quest. I've done the first part. Did it a while ago. Really liked it, right? Don't entirely remember what happened, but I remember really liking it and tweeting about it. I'm pretty sure I tweeted about it. This was months ago. Probably closer to a year ago at this point. That doesn't feel right to say. But anyways, I don't really know a ton about Sethos, so like the character demo is probably needed. I think really cool character design. We love a new Samara character like a year later. That's so fun. And we're gonna watch his character demo. We'll probably also go through his kit. Fingers crossed it doesn't take as long as going through Clorin's kit, because that was almost painful with how long it was. But she was the 5-star. I'm pretty sure Sethos is 4 stars. Yes, because he's on one of the banners. I think he's on the Clorin one. I think he's on the Clorin one. Why would they be posting his character demo? Anyways, we're gonna watch Sethos' character demo, Revelation of the Silent Sands, and hopefully that'll be the last stupid thing I say. Not the Revelation of the Silent Sands, the fact that I couldn't remember which banner he was on. Anyways, I'm gonna blame it on the fact that it is currently 11:59, and I was just knees deep in first editing through a video for like 3 hours straight. So, Sethos. Just as the seasons come and go, so do the tides of sand ebb and flow. Rhymes. Beneath the sweeping sands are those who reserve the legacy of ancient wisdom. I know he's like opposed to Sino in some way, but I also know like they're chill. So don't know what's going on there, but let's just watch. It'll be fun. It'll be great.
You got questions? You come to the right person.
That's him talking, I believe. Yeah. Is the sound odd? Or is it my... It might have just been my thing.
He's like a
That's...
distant cousin of Sino's.
That makes so much sense. Distant cousins. They're cousins. That makes so much sense. It's like they have like a weird sibling relationship. Okay, now it makes sense. They just don't like each other because they're like kind of distantly related. And it's like, I don't like him, I'm gonna make fun of him. But if somebody else doesn't like him or makes fun of him, I'm gonna fight them. It's like that sort of thing. You know, like I'm allowed to make fun of my younger sibling, but nobody else is, sort of thing. That's how it feels. That is actually... I know nothing about them, but that feels like the right dynamic. Thank you. I think that's Tignari. Thank you, Tignari. But listen, Genshin does this really fun thing where they don't list the VA cast list in the description. So sometimes I have to guess who's talking. I think they have before. They have before. Why didn't they list it this time? Genshin, Hoyoverse, it's midnight. You're making me figure this out on my own?
I don't have the answers. I
did skip back a little bit too.
Sethos.
Interesting guy. Why does this have the same energy of like that one Mean Girls clip where they just are asking about the person?
He nods his head when he talks. It's like, oh,
Farson.
like a little puppy.
He's a little puppy.
Enough TCG.
Sino.
They're saying I'm difficult to control.
That feels about right.
Do you think it's kind of an issue that they want to control what other people think in the first place?
I like him. That is an issue, Sethos. You're so right for that, bestie. Is that the... no, that's not the bow we're getting from an event. That, I think, is a new bow for... No, that's not a new bow, I don't think. Why am I keep focusing in on the weapons they give these characters in these demos. I did the same thing for Clorin.
Wisdom can make you forget the strength that you and your companions all
I like Sethos. He's really cool. I like his morals. He's cool. This is a vibe as well. His music is a vibe. It's been a minute since we've had like the Sumeru style music, obviously, but oh, does it vibe.
Or you can protect me. Whatever
He's
works.
cute. The audio seemed a bit weirdly off, but I don't know if that's like a me problem or not. Because I was just watching something else while I was editing, and I wasn't having issues with that. So I don't know if it's maybe the trailer. I don't... Because the music sounds fine.
I'll protect you. Or
But
you can protect me. Whatever works.
some of the like spoken audio just seems like mastered weird. So I don't know what's going on there, but I still love Sethos. I think the voice matches really well. I love Sethos. Like, I think one of the reasons why I've kind of resolved myself to pulling for Clorin is because I actually also want Sethos. It took me like 2 years, 3 years to get Razor on my account. We gotta start trying for Sethos now, because at this rate, I'll have Sethos on my account by the time we get like post-endgame Celestia content. So like, We gotta start now. I'm gonna be in Shnezanaya. No Sethos. This is just, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. It took me like, I'm gonna say a solid 2 years. We'll say 2 years, maybe 2.5, but solid 2 years playing Genshin Impact to get Razor. That was the last, like, I think that was the only male Electro character we had for a while. Sino, I was gonna say win at 50-50, but I think it was a guaranteed pull. I do have Sino. Sethos, we gotta start now, because my luck, he'll come home but after Shnezanaya, like end game. So we gotta try now. Anyways, we have a kit to look at. I think this is kit details. I think it's kit details. Yes, okay. What do we have for Sethos? I like his little outfit. Yeah, I like it. I'm usually not a capris enjoyer, but I think that, like, I don't know if those are definitely capri length. It looks good. I like his outfit. It's nice. The Temple of Silence's Heir. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh my god, wait. Poor Sethos' birthday was like yesterday. We don't get a birthday thing from Sethos for another year. The poor little guy. Oh my god. That's Didn't Genshin do the same thing with like Nahida, where they like posted her like a couple of days? They like posted her character info, just posted it up a couple days after her birthday, so we had to wait a whole year to get a birthday gift from her. And now we do the same thing with Sethos. Why does this keep happening to Sumeru characters? That sucks. An Electro Bow user. You know, I love my Fischl, so love to see that. He's a damage dealer who can utilize elemental energy to perform enhanced aimed shots. Okay, now I'm starting to remember his kit a little bit. We might be here for a minute because I remember he had a mechanic there as well. So, I can't, Genshin, I can't believe they would do that. I can't believe they would post it, like, because this was technically posted June 1st for me. Hoyoverse, you can't keep doing this and getting away with it. I always do the thing where I try to scroll, but then I remember I'm looking at an image. Okay, so he's able to fire off powerful arrows that can pierce enemies after charging his aimed shots to charge level 2. So you gotta wait there a little bit. So I'm assuming it's like a charge bow user comp. You need a good shielder. You're gonna need a good shielder if you actually want to take advantage of that on the regular. Or be really good at just like high vantage points. But like, you don't always have a high vantage point, you know? He can also consume elemental energy to increase the charging speed and shorten the charging process significantly. His elemental skills deal AoE electro damage. That I like, that he has like an AoE thing as well. So if you can't utilize that full charge level 2 shot, you can still use him kind of as like a burst DPS. That's genuinely how I use my Fischl. So I think that you could probably use him in a similar way, maybe, with that AoE electro damage. I love an AoE electro damage. I do. I love something that I can just drop and switch onto another character if need be. It comes in handy a lot. But this AoE electric damage can help Sethos regain elemental energy afterward based on triggered reactions to facilitate the usage of his aimed shots and elemental burst. I think by triggered reactions, they mean any reaction with Electro. I think I remember them saying something like that in the special program, but I don't fully remember because the special programs are at 7 in the morning. So I roll out of bed and watch the thing. That's what I do. His elemental burst then can convert his normal attacks into firing off enemy piercing arrow shots for a set period of time to attack enemies in a more flexible and frequent manner. I'm assuming it's something like damage wise, something similar to the charge level 2 shot, but more and faster. And you probably don't have to aim them, I'm thinking. And also, like, I think I remember that being the case. Damage dealt by said arrow shots is considered charge attack damage. Okay, so that's probably, I was probably right about assuming that the damage done is similar to charge level 2 because it's literally considered charge attack damage. That's probably what that means. Talent level, this is interesting, is talent level up. Isn't that a Wanderer boss drop? Scaramouche boss drop? I think so. I don't fully remember though. It's either Scaramouche or Raiden. I don't think it's Raiden, so it has to be Scaramouche. That's interesting that they would go back to that, but I guess he is a Sumeru character, so it makes sense. He uses other Sumeru drops, so I like that, because this is from the dragon, I'm pretty sure, which I think I've done that. I think I did that quest. I think I did. I remember doing it, but maybe I didn't. Anyways, next, talents. So we have his normal attack right here. Gonna zoom out a bit, zoom in a bit. There we go. His normal attack. I like how they just have him lined up like that. I think that, like, yes, that would totally happen in a real Genshin scenario. He has 3 consecutive shots in his attack sequence. His charge attack then, I want to read this, but I also want to like have the GIF on screen. I don't think that's possible, quite frankly. Do that, maybe. He performs a more precise aim shot with increased damage. While aiming, the power of Electro will accumulate on the arrowhead before the arrow is fired, and has different effects based on how long the energy has been charged. So, readjust to my seat for this one. Charge level 1. I think there's another Sumeru character that has the 2 charge levels as well. I want to say it's Tignari, but It probably is Tignari because he's the only other bow user I can think of off the top. I'm pretty sure he's a double charge thing, maybe even 3 there, but I'm pretty sure it's him. But charge level 1 fires off an arrow carrying the power of lightning that deals electro damage. And then charge level 2 fires off a shadow piercing shot, which is the special thing, which can pierce enemies, dealing electro damage to enemies along its path. That's what I think this next thing is showing, charge level 2, when he flips it and it goes through the straight line of opponents. But the setup on that has to go insane. Like, that is like, I'm curious, does this actually work in real game combat? Like in abyss situations, things like that. Opponents are moving around all the time. They just lined up 3 hilichurls and were like, all right, show off the thing. But that doesn't actually happen. No? Like, you would have to like time it right and be like sniping from far away, like maybe some like Fatui dudes or something. There's no way. That is not a legitimate game scenario. Okay, you know what? Maybe this one. Dealing, after the shadow piercing shot is fully charged, Seth, I saw that said can move around. So he's literally stuck there. Okay, never mind. How does this work in real game combat? How does it work? I can't tell. I mean, I guess he's the 4-star and that's why it's a bit funky. I love his little shoe thing, by the way, that this right here, he kicks it. I want to talk about them more, but like, I feel like his kit is really good for scenarios we don't have in everyday Genshin combat. I'm gonna say it. And I think that's a waste because this character is so cool. I don't know, maybe it'll be relevant like going into Natlin more. The only thing I can think is they drop this character with this kit and it'll be helpful in Natlin. But it made sense to drop him now because we just got the Sino thing. That's what I'm thinking. And you know what? Maybe I'm wrong entirely and his kit will be great in everyday Genshin combat. Maybe I'm wrong, okay? I could be wrong. I would love to be wrong because I think Sethos is a really cool character. I love his design. Justice for my boy Sethos, you know? Ancient Rite, the Thundering Sands. What is this? Gathers the might of thunder, dealing AoE electro damage. Oh, okay, that's his AoE. So that must be his skill. If this attack triggers electrocharge, superconduct, overload, quicken, aggravate, hyperbloom, or electro swirl reactions, so really anything with electro in it. Sethos recovers a certain amount of elemental energy, so literally just don't run him on an all electro team, right? Electrocharge, literally anything. It's really not hard to trigger that. Don't solo anything with him, and you'll trigger that. Yeah, no, that's pretty sick. I love the foot tap thing. I wanted to talk about the foot tap thing. So with another 4-star character we got recently, Gaming, he has this little like visual state change his outfit does when he goes from having like the neon lights on his outfit to just his normal outfit. And I don't think I was the only person to point this out and kind of be upset about it. I wasn't super upset about it day of. I realized it and I was like, oh, that's a bit weird, but okay. And then I saw other people talking about it and I was like, okay, so that was a valid thing I could have criticized. So is this something criticizable or is it just like a non-issue? But then I saw other people criticizing it. So I was like, okay, fine. We're not going insane here. But it was the fact that when he does that visual state change between outfits, it is like a hard cut. He goes from the neon lights straight to the normal outfit. Like there's no, it's like you blink and they're different. There was no like fade in, fade out situation going on. It was just very jarring. And I have brought this up before post that patch because I saw people complaining about it after the patch went live. And I was like, that's weird, right? That's weird. So Sethos doing the little foot tap thing, it's so small. But doing the little foot tap thing to get rid of the electro ring around his ankle, I think is really cool because they very easily, and have done this for other characters, when they have some sort of elemental aspect to their kit that stays for a little bit, it just goes away, it poofs away after a while, but they gave him a little animation. And I think that's really cute. And it like had, even the effect itself has like a little like fizzle out animate. It's really cute. And I think it makes sense. It looks cool. And I wish they would have done something like that for Gaming because it's so cool. Even something as small as like just like a slow fade for the neon lights would have been great. But this is like above and beyond. And it's something so small, but I love it. It's just like the little effects and how they did it. It scratches that certain itch in my brain that I think makes Sethos like so cool. He's so cool. I said we weren't going to be here for a long time, but I'm just yapping about Sethos. Half of it's not even kit related. Twilight Shadowpiercer then performs a secret rite, entering the Twilight meditation state, during which Sethos' normal attacks will be converted into enemy-piercing dusk bolts. I believe this is his ultimate state, so it is like a state. It's not like a burst damage. You have to be on him. This effect will be canceled when Sethos leaves the field. You have to be on him. If you're gonna use him as like a burst damage dealer, he's gonna have uptime. He's not like off-field. And it seems like it'll be kind of a long uptime. At least I hope it is. But when they enters the Twilight meditation state, normal attacks are converted into dusk bolts, which deal electro damage to opponents in its path, with damage increased based on Sethos' elemental mastery. So he scales on elemental mastery. is what it seems like. Sethos cannot perform aimed shots while in this state, so it basically takes the aimed shots you do and just does them as normal attacks, basic attacks, which I think is really cool, especially as somebody who, you know, most of the time can't be bothered to do aimed shots in normal Genshin combat just because I don't have a Zhongli. So unless I'm sniping, I'm doing basic attacks. So I like this a lot, actually, especially if you're using him as like a burst in sub DPS sort of situation. I think it's really cool and I honestly, it will probably work really well for my type of playstyle. Damage dealt by dusk bolts is considered charge attack damage. That's something we went over earlier. They went over that in the note stuff. We have his story, which I'm not going to go over because there's probably heavy spoilers in there. But yeah, I think he's really cool. He doesn't like his veggies. Oh, what a cutie. He's so cute. I love Sethos already. I didn't even notice he's like doing some sort of like magic-y thing over here, is it? I think that's so cool. He's such a cool character. I'll say it again. He's so cool. And I think his kit is really cool as well. I like what they're doing with it. Curious how it's actually going to work in theory, but if anything else, I really like his ultimate. And I think I could see putting him on teams as a sub DPS to switch in on his ult and use it for that, if and nothing else. I really think he's cool. And I just frame dropped. Why did I frame drop? I thought I frame dropped, but I frame dropped. What just happened? That was weird. Let's end the video, yeah? It's a demo, so I don't think we get like a name card. This could be a money shot. I'm gonna call that the money shot. That works. Look at him winking over his bow. I'm gonna call it the money shot. Why not? But that is going to be it for this video. I will link the character demo and kit detail preview down below. I think this is how we're gonna do these videos from now on, because I did it for Chlorand, I did it for Sethos. I had fun with it. I think this is how we're gonna do it. If you like this video, make sure to give me a like down below, as well as subscribe for more, and click the little notification bell to be notified when I upload new ones. As always, I hope everyone had or is having a super lovely day wherever you are in the world. If it's midnight, go to sleep, because that's what I have to do. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys!